Deflategate. When are we going to hear something? When is Roger Goodell
Well,
going
you told me
to mete
last
out the
week.
punishment?
In a couple of days, you told
I
me.
thought it would be.
Well, I'm hearing more and more. It'll be Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, so I think we'll hear something by the middle of the week.
By soon, I meant early in the week.
All right. Have you backed off your belief or changed it, or do you? Well, then tell us all what it is, because I haven't figured it out over the last few days.
I still think they're going to give him minimum 3 or 4 games suspension. And I believe he'll appeal it, and maybe it'll drop down 1 more game. So I think Tom Brady will end up missing 2 or 3 games of the regular season this year.
So that's as specific as you're going to be.
I can get
3 to 4.
4 games. He'll appeal it. It'll be knocked down to 3.
Okay, that's so. We want to record
this. Is that specific enough?
That's all I was asking for.
And you?
I was pretty specific all along. Have I changed my mind? Is there anybody out there that knows what I've said?
A year. 1 year.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't go 8 months to 12 months, or 8 games to 16, or maybe 15, maybe 16. I said a full season of regular season games.
Okay, you still feel
that way? I don't know which
way?
Part of that is that people do not understand.
All right, so let me ask you this. Do you feel he deserves the 1 year, or do you think he's going to get the 1 year? And if you don't think he's going to get the 1 year, what do you think he's going to get?
He's not going to get the 1 year. They're not going to do that, but that doesn't change my opinion that he should be out for a full year, and I've explained it over and over again, all over Twitter, all over every internet site, over radio stations, everything else, that Sean Payton, and Mickey Loomis, the general manager, Mickey Loomis, and the coach, Sean Payton, got a year for something they didn't know about. Tom Brady knew about this. I think that's the preponderance of evidence shows that he was behind this. Totally behind this. Nixon was not behind Watergate, but he participated in the cover-up and promoted the cover-up. Tom Brady would not cooperate. He wouldn't turn over the information the NFL asked for. That's why I think they're going to come down harder than people might believe who say a couple of games or a fine or something like that. He held up the investigation. If he had come clean and apologized and turned over all the information sought by him, then I think he would have got a lighter sentence. And I would have been, if he had come out and apologized and said, I did it, and if he had cooperated in the investigation, I'd say a couple of games. Is he going to get a full season? I doubt it. I think he'll get 4 games, maybe 6, because they know on appeal they're good, because the NFL is really good. It's like when you go to prison. You wouldn't know about this, but when you go to prison, they say 8 years. Everybody gets out in 4 years on good behavior.
Sure.
So that's kind of what the NFL system is like. That when Von Miller got 6 games,
right,
they dropped a game or 2. 1, I think. I think. So that's usually the way they do it. They go a little bit higher than they normally would. So I think it's going to be closer to 6 games than 4. But, you're probably right, 4 and then drop to 3. I believe, I was thinking over the weekend, what if they said, you can pick 4?
Or maybe the NFL should pick 4 and say, you're going to miss this game and this game and this game and this game.
See, you think I'm stupid for saying that.
No, in fact, we were laughing about that very scenario on Saturday over at Dove Valley. We were talking about that.
Well, because
they love Tom Brady so much, and he's one of the faces of the league. They'll say, Tom, we're suspending you for 4 games, but you can pick the games.
Well, because the reason why is he wouldn't pick the opening game, and the NFL would do this, and they're not going to, but they might. They probably talked about it, laughed about it in the offices, and said, why don't we let him choose 4 games, because then we get him for the opening game of the season, because that's going to be a big black mark. It's going to be a black eye for the NFL. Oh, here's your big opening game of the season, and there's your star quarterback, your face of the franchise, and he's not going to be there.
Janine Garofalo starting at quarterback for the New England Patriots.
Yeah. So I will think it'll be the first 4 games of the season. I can't believe they'd say, okay, it'll be the 4 middle games, or you can pick 4. If he picked 4, he would go Buffalo,
New York Jets, New York Jets.
Yeah, that's what he'd do. But let's say it's 4. You think 3 or 4?
I think I think they'll hit him with 4. Okay.
How many of those? Let's just say 4 for the sake of the discussion. How many? I don't even know. Could you give us the opening 4 games of the season?
Somebody
I was
look
gonna
up the
look.
Patriots
Yeah.
schedule.
If,
Thank you.
how many of those, without knowing the schedule, Pittsburgh, we know, so
Yeah.
it's the next 3. How many do you think they could win with Graffero?
Well, he's no Matt Castle. They went. Did they go
11
10
and 5.
11 and 5? Yeah.
Didn't make the playoffs.
My guess would be, because the kid hasn't been all that impressive. I want to hear who they're playing first.
That would be
That'll
helpful.
help me. And where
How about
they're
those?
where they're playing.
Yeah.
Steelers, Bills, Jags, bye, but then you go to 4th game.
Cowboys.
And the Cowboys. Where's the Cowboys game?
It's in Dallas.
Okay.
In Dallas.
They're
at
going to
home
lose.
against
They'll lose
Pittsburgh.
that game.
Where's the Jaguars game?
They'll lose the Pittsburgh game. Oh, they'll beat the Jags. They'll beat the Jags.
Yeah, wherever it is.
And
What was the other-
well, they might not beat the Bills. The Bills have a really good defense, and that's in Buffalo. I'm going to say New England goes 1-3 if he's suspended 4 games.
I could deal with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could agree
But
with
no
that.
better than 2-2. They're still the
Yeah,
Buffalo
2-2,
Bills, right?
1-3. Then you've got to come back. If he comes back, they got to come to Denver.
Yeah.
You know, that was my second choice was 10 games, and people around the country on Twitter were going, "Where did you come up with 10 games?" Because the Broncos play.
Is it the 10th game?
I'm showing a little bit of.
Hometown bias?
Well, there's another reason for that. I got to tell you, and you will love this reason. What would happen if Brady didn't play in the game? What would we not get all week long?
Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning.
Aren't we a little tired of that?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that break, frankly. I
See?
wouldn't mind it at
so
all.
there's reasoning behind my stupidity. It's
That's
that
funny.
we would spend the whole week going, here they are playing their 8,000th time against each other. That's gotten a little old. I mean, it's like a KISS reunion tour. They have one like every 6 weeks. Oh, it's our final tour.
It's like the furniture store that's been going out of business for 30 years. Yeah. On the window, on the front window, going out of business sale. Didn't you say that in 1985? Yeah. This portion of the big stuff was brought to you by Grand Prix Motorsports, your source for the original motorcycle, Indian motorcycles. So check out the newest line of Indian motorcycles at Grand Prix Motorsports on County Line and Santa Fe. And that is Big Mike on his Indian motorcycle, enjoying the ride.